Facebook has been completely tailored to the preference of its CEO, Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg's personality and values are reflected throughout the company that he founded. Therefore, we can make some inferences about certain things based on what we already know about him. Using previous knowledge about the young billionaire's values and personalities, we can guess what the corporate culture will be like. Also, his values will be reflected in the type of leadership used. For example, when a leadership values letting everyone's voice be heard, he or she is more likely to be a democratic leader. But instead of making inferences, we're going to interview some of Zuckerberg's employees to see what's really going on over there at Facebook. Hi, I'm Jim Ford, and I'm here with Yao from Facebook. How are you doing today, Yao?
Pretty good.
What do you do for Facebook?
I'm in the logistics department.
How long have you been doing that over there?
It's like 2 years since I graduated from the university.
Okay. What leadership styles do you see from Mark Zuckerberg?
I think Mark, he's a complex man. You can't really describe him in one single type. I'd rather believe that he is a combination of autocratic style and initiating structure. For example, I think he cares what you can contribute and offer to the company more than which position you are in or how long you've worked for the company. Even if you are the founder of the company, when he realizes you can't do anything to the company, he will fire you without hesitation.
You mean like the Dustin Moskovitz and Adam D'Angelo situation?
Yes, as we all know, they were his best friends in the college, and they were both the founder of the company. But after a while, Mark realizes they can't do anything help. They can't contribute anything good to the company. They just let them retire by themselves.
Okay. Being Mark Zuckerberg's future brother-in-law, do you get any preferential treatment?
Oh, definitely no. You know, I hope he could. He can give me something like, you know, the faster track in my promotion, but the only thing he gave me is like the suggestion that can make me do better in the job.
Mm-hmm. Is there any other leadership style you see from Mark Zuckerberg?
I think he's also a democratic style.
Why would you say that?
I still remember one thing that 1 year a member in the company named Bampa, he started a group named Student Against Feedback Facebook news feed, and within 1 day the group swelled to 750,000 users, and you know, he just sent an email to Bampa and asking him for the advice on what the Facebook can do better on, you know, introducing the new product, and you know, instead of creating an enemy, he used it as a weapon, you know, the developer ally.
Okay. There you have it, Mark Zuckerberg, a complex and intelligent leader. And now with our second interview, we have Leticia. Hi Leticia, how are you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
Doing well. What do you do for Facebook?
I'm an engineer at Facebook, and I work with product development.
How long have you been doing that there?
I've been doing this for about 3 years now.
How would you describe Facebook's culture?
It's a very smart culture, and it's a pretty small community compared to the amount of people that we serve every day and globally. And because of that, we're a very open desk environment. We're all approachable, and we like to work in teams. And it's also a very diverse community. It's people all over the world working for Facebook, which is pretty neat.
How do you see that culture reflected on outsiders?
Well, about 60% of our workers are engineers, so it's a pretty smart culture, and it's very known for its kind of geeky culture. That's kind of what we're known for, and we're stereotyped for it. So that's probably something that's an attractive attribute for people who want to work as an engineer.
How are Mark Zuckerberg's values, attitudes, and behaviors reflected in that culture?
Well, I think we're pretty results oriented. We like to move very fast, and which is why we're a pretty innovative company. We change things very fast, and we like to improve things quickly. So those are all kind of relatively similar qualities of Mark.
Well, Mark Zuckerberg considers himself a little bit of a geek, and seems like his company's kind of like that too. Hi, I'm Jim Ford, and I'm here with our last interviewee, Dan Adamonis. How are you doing today, Dan?
Pretty good, how are you?
Good. What do you do for Facebook?
I work in the Human Resource Department
Okay, how long have you been doing that?
for about 3 years now.
Mark Zuckerberg hasn't necessarily been known for his ethical practices. What can you tell me about him?
Well, many people think they know Mark Zuckerberg through the movie The Social Network, when in actuality, the movie accurately portrays his personality, but not his ethics. It negatively shows a lawsuit with his best friend, Eduardo Sovereign, and in the lawsuit he drops Eduardo from the company. This, I think, is a great ethical decision because it shows that he's putting the best interest of the company first and putting his personal problems outside of work. So he's looking out for growth and prosperity of the company, but keeping emotions outside of it. But at the same time, he still feels bad for his best friend.
Interesting. Do you think Mark Zuckerberg answers a call to serve?
I think he serves in a roundabout way. He's a very private person in real life, and he shows this in his work through the privacy settings on Facebook. They've always been very secure and haven't had glitches when other components of the site have had their problems, but that's always been a great service to the consumers. And also, he likes to think that he's part of changing the way people communicate. So that's where he gets his big call to serve, is helping people in the new social media.
Dan, are you familiar with Larry Spear's article on servant leadership?
Yeah, I know that.
You are? What traits from the article do you think Zuckerberg possesses?
I think he portrays two traits. The first one being conceptualization, and what the article says about that is the ability to look at a problem or an organization from a conceptualizing perspective means that one must think beyond day-to-day realities. I think Zuckerberg does this to a full extent by looking at new ways to improve Facebook and always listening to what his consumers have to say and really looking to improve it. And like if he didn't know Facebook was going to be that big, then it would have just stayed in Harvard. So I think his foresight, knowing that the company was going to be a big hit, really hits hard there.
As you can see, there's more than meets the eye when it comes to the ethics of Mark Zuckerberg. One last question, Dan. What do you guys do for fun over at Facebook?
Sometimes like the zip line from the house to the pool.
First of all, I'd like to thank Dan, Yao, and Leticia for coming out here today. They really gave us a good look into what it's like to work for Facebook. Yao told us about the autocratic and democratic sides of Mark Zuckerberg, while Leticia gave us a look into the corporate culture that he's created. Finally, Dan told us about his ethical practices. Also, it sounds like there's some fun things going on over at Facebook. Jim Ford, signing off.